Absolutely. Well, so my career leading up to cybersecurity has been quite eventful. I have worked in all areas of enterprise architecture. I started my journey in the U.S. Marine Corps as a systems analyst, so I learned a lot of your old school traditional waterfall style approaches to information technology. Uh, I then moved into the network stack and worked extensively in the systems integration field, working for a variety of different companies, helping them to build out their network infrastructure, and really got deep into the whole networking side of the information technology industry. I then shifted to application development and data and worked extensively developing applications, working with building out data centers, database systems, and just a variety of different projects, integrating information, leveraging application development, which really gave me a real deep insight into a lot of the vulnerabilities that exist in both traditional stacks as well as more modern application stacks. It was because of all those experiences that I felt like cybersecurity was a natural place for me to land in my career. Prior to cybersecurity, I was very curious about all of the areas of enterprise architecture, but never really found that one place where I felt just so passionate about what I was doing. And so I feel like, I've been in information technology for 30 years. And again, working in all those different areas of enterprise architecture gave me a unique perspective, a unique insight into the challenges and opportunities in cybersecurity. And again, that's why I ultimately decided that cybersecurity was the place that I wanted to focus my career. The CEH program was a program that I saw launched, and I may not be exactly accurate, but if I'm not mistaken, it was certainly in the 2000s. It was pre 2010. And it was of interest to me at that time because I was already starting to formulate an interest in the cybersecurity field. So at any rate, I was aware of the Certified Ethical Hacker CEH program, but because it was not the central focus of what I was doing at the time when it first came out, I didn't pursue it. Subsequently, watched some of my peers pursue and attain the CEH, and it was quite amazing the amount of knowledge that they gained. And I look at it a lot like the construction trade. You can have two different contractors pull up with two different trucks, and one will have a plethora of tools in their truck, and the other will just have some basic tools. And while they might both be able to accomplish the job, the one with the wider expanse of tool sets, the wider expanse of available tools that they can use, will usually, in almost all cases, get the job done faster, more efficiently, and certainly more completely. And so, as I continue to watch my peers and the industry evolve, and certainly wanted to see that the CEH was going to be a successful certification. And once I saw that it had, then I decided it was time for me to go ahead and make the investment in time and money to get it as well. So I'm at a point in my career. I am the chief information security officer. So some would say that is as high as a position as one can achieve in cybersecurity. So my goals for achieving the Certified Ethical Hacker program were not rooted in job promotion or more money. Certainly recognition is important, but for me, it was expanding my knowledge and gaining the tools. One of the things that I emphasize, I actually teach ethical hacking. I teach EC Council ethical hacking courses at this point in my career. And one of the things that I always emphasize to my students is and those that I lead and my peers is that being successful, you can't rest on your laurels. You have to continuously expand your toolbox. You have to continuously expand your knowledge. And the Certified Ethical Hacking program for me dramatically increased the amount of tools in my toolbox and the amount of knowledge that I had. It filled in gaps in areas that maybe I wasn't quite that interested in at the time. I mean, it actually opened my eyes quite a bit. At the end of the day, though, I think that probably the most value, and I could probably quantify this in easily tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, is in the decision-making abilities that it's given me when I'm sitting across the table with some of the vendors that I deal with. As a Chief Information Security Officer, I deal with a lot of vendors who offer lots of different products. And without getting into the technical details of those products, suffice it to say, there is a myriad of different approaches. And when you have that expanded set of tools that you get from a program like the Certified Ethical Hacking program, what it does for you is it gives you the ability to see context and different approaches and know what questions to ask these vendors, because there are good vendors out there and there are bad vendors. And I really think it's helped me to make very wise choices for my organization so that I can ensure that I'm being a good steward of our resources, and I'm also maximizing the protection to our information assets. So I have worked in several industries. I have worked in primarily, I ran a systems integrator, which focused on the healthcare industry. And then I've also worked in government. And I would say at the federal level and at the military level, the CEH program is very, very widely recognized. And it's very highly regarded. At the local government level, I would say that's probably not so much the case, but the reason is simply a marketing issue. A lot of local governments, and also a need, local governments traditionally have not had as much of a focus on cybersecurity as they should have. And in recent years, we've seen the constant headlines of breaches and other ransomware events and malware events and just security breaches in general in local government. And so the whole idea of cybersecurity and the importance of cybersecurity has dramatically improved in the local government space. However, I don't know that the recognition of the value of programs like the Certified Ethical Hacker program have really reached that audience. I recently participated in a professional development academy program. It was a 12-week course where I had the opportunity to work with a cohort of local and state government. And it was really quite interesting how many of them, as we got into the discussion of certifications like the Certified Ethical Hacker, how many of them realized the value that they're missing out on, because I was able to provide insights that they simply had not been exposed to. So again, it's a matter of marketing, and it's a matter of promoting the value of the program. And so I obviously am a big believer in the program, because I know the value that it's delivered for me and my organization. And so I try to promote it. But it's one of those things where people, a lot of times, they go about their daily business. They in many cases in the information technology industry, they struggle to keep up, and they oftentimes don't realize that if they would just take a step back and make the investment in these types of programs, they could dramatically raise the bar on their capabilities, their knowledge, and their ability to defend their organization from constantly evolving threats. So attaining the Certified Ethical Hacker CEH certification for me was not to get a promotion. However, because I am again at a Chief Information Security Officer level, which some would say is the top of the cybersecurity chain. However, one thing I will tell you beyond any shadow of a doubt, and that is attaining the Certified Ethical Hacking certification has given me quite a bit of recognition. I am inundated almost on a daily basis from recruiters who are looking for cybersecurity professionals. And when you dig deep into their searches, such as on LinkedIn, you can see the searches. You will see that they've searched for a CEH, for example. And also in conversations, when recruiters call me or they reach out to me asking if I'm looking for other positions, they will oftentimes note, I note that you have a lot of professional certifications, and most impressive among them is always the Certified Ethical Hacker. And I will also add a little plug for the Certified Chief Information Security Officer certification, which is also an EC Council certification. Those two certifications have certainly given me a lot of options in my career. I'm happy where I am. I'm happy with the people that I work with. We're doing great work, and I'm very proud of the organization that I work for. But it is nice to know that the industry, the recruiters recognize my skill sets, and they recognize the achievements that I have. And it's nice to know that I have options should those ever be of interest to me. The Certified Ethical Hacker certification has also given me the opportunity to land positions teaching certified ethical hacking. So if I did not have the Certified Ethical Hacker certification, I would not have been able to teach some of the courses that I've taught. And I have to admit that while teaching is not always financially lucrative, it is extremely personally rewarding to be able to give back to the community and to teach the next generation of cybersecurity professionals a certification that I truly believe in. The CEH certification has definitely impacted me professionally and personally in a lot of ways. So from a professional perspective, I'm a big believer in building out that toolbox, building out your capabilities. And the information technology industry and cybersecurity in particular, there are just a huge plethora of tools and approaches and ways in which we can carry out our daily activities. And it's impossible to know them all. But one thing I will definitely say is that the CEH program does an excellent job of capturing the broad spectrum of approaches, tool sets, and methods that we use and that hackers use to breach systems, and then of course on the ethical side to protect systems. So from the perspective of professionally, the Certified Ethical Hacking program has dramatically increased my ability to leverage all of the tools that are available, tools that maybe I would not have come across if I hadn't taken the time and made the investment to go through the program. And it only takes one tool. I often tell the students that I teach in ethical hacking, it only takes one situation where that tool that you just learned about because of this CEH program, one time for that to pay back for the entire program and some. And I have those moments all the time. I run into unique situations. Me and my team run into unique situations where, and it's like, what was that tool, or what was that approach that I learned about in my intense program? And then the light bulb goes off, and I'll have to admit, sometimes the light bulb doesn't go off. I have to go back and dig through my notes, which I tried to keep really good notes when I went through the program. I took the investment very seriously. As I advise my students to build out that tool set, build out that toolkit, and the CEH program will do that for you. And personally, it has made me, certainly much more aware of the risks that the average person really doesn't understand, and it's helped me, I think, in many ways to communicate in much more layman's terms to others, because when you have so much knowledge and you have that confidence, and you've built out those tools, it just gives you the ability to push others up in the cybersecurity industry. And so I think that's probably the two biggest things that have impacted me. The CEH program has definitely helped for me to give back to the community. I have used knowledge that I have obtained from the CEH program to both help other aspiring cybersecurity professionals attain certifications, including the Certified Ethical Hacker certification. But also, it's helped me at a community level raise security awareness and build security awareness programs. I actually volunteer for several organizations, and I've put together security awareness presentations, 20, 30-minute presentations on different security awareness topics. And those topics were all dramatically enhanced by my knowledge and skills as a certified ethical hacker. So there's no question that the certified ethical hacking certification has given me, and also one of the things that I think is really important is being a certified ethical hacker and having that certification has given me recognition and given me credibility among people who may not be in the cybersecurity industry, and they may not even be aware of the Certified Ethical Hacker program. And so it may sound strange that you would say that someone would be impressed that you're a certified ethical hacker when they don't even know what the CEH program is. But it does show a level of commitment. It shows that you were willing to make an investment. You were willing to go above and beyond and demonstrate and prove that you had a certain base level of knowledge, and that helps me again win credibility with other people, and I appreciate that. My favorite part of the CEH certification program, that's a difficult question, because I would have to say it really was the whole program, and if I had to speak in broad terms, I would say it was the exposure to lots of areas and lots of tools that maybe I had not been exposed to, despite working in the industry for 30 years. But if I had to nail it down to my absolute favorite, I would have to say that it would probably be the hacking phase, or the attack chain. There are lots of different models, lots of different threat ways of modeling how the typical attack works. But I really like the way that the CEH program approaches the attack chain. The way I think that it's one of the best models. It's easy to remember, and it's easy to apply. So again, at a high level, I would have to say the entire program was my favorite. And I'm looking forward to new versions coming out and taking new versions to continue to expand and drill down into areas that maybe I don't get exposed to on a daily basis. But my favorite part would be the attack chain and the detail that's provided from the course. I absolutely attribute some of my career success to EC Council and specifically the Certified Ethical Hacker CEH certification, as well as the Chief Information Security Officer certification that EC Council also offers. And I have several other EC Council certifications because I have a lot of respect for the material, the approach, and the overall knowledge. When I complete programs from EC Council, I feel as though I have gotten my money's worth. And I can't always say that with all certification programs. There are good certification programs out there, and there are not some that aren't so good. It is clear to me that EC Council takes their programs seriously. They take their content seriously, and they absolutely take the instructors that they hire to present the material seriously. Can't say enough about the respect that I have had for the 3 most recent certifications I've gotten through EC Council and the instructors that were hired by EC Council to. So I would say, please continue to make sure that you invest in high quality, high caliber instructors. That goes a long way. Your material is fantastic, but that real world experience that your instructors are able to parlay as part of delivering the material is invaluable. And then the only other thing that I would suggest to EC Council is, please continue to strive hard to market the programs, because I truly believe that the value that's being delivered is incredible, and it's definitely worth the investment. But people won't make those investments if they don't know about the program. And it's obviously marketing is something that's not my wheelhouse. However, I do know that marketing for a program like the Certified Ethical Hacker program is a long-term investment. It's a continuous process. It's something that must continuously be promoted. And so I think that if EC Council continues to invest in high quality materials and education and instructors, as you have been, and continues to raise the awareness of the program and the value of the program, we will continue to educate the next generations of cybersecurity professionals and continue to have the success that we've had defending our information assets against the bad guys.